it was really, it was a trying time because I'm a person who loves their space. I love my energy. I was seeing me by myself as I'm lonely, I'm wounded. I want to now fill up that void that I now have in my life with distractions. Yeah, you can't run from yourself. You can't. It's impossible. So stop running. And
It's all necessary
with Tifani Sage. Oh, it feels good to be back. Welcome to It's All Necessary with Tifani Sage. I am your host, and I don't take it for granted that you have taken time out of your day to tune in with me. This is a space and a place where we are reminded every life experience that we get the opportunity to experience, it's only to prepare us and propel us to our next level. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, and buckle up. Let's get started. Today's episode is about the importance of enjoying yourself by yourself. Let's dig into this. Friend groups and relationships, those are lovely and very well needed groups and people to have in your life. But oh, thyself. If you do not enjoy your own company, why would one expect to be enjoyed somewhere else? If you do not love yourself, why do we think someone will love us? It all starts with you. Your success starts with you. All right, it's about to get real personal now. Story time. So, when I was going through the healing phase from a breakup, I honestly could not, let me say this, I wasn't comfortable with being by myself. I either wanted to be on the phone, laughing, talking, aka being distracted from my reality. And mornings and nights were the worst. Waking up alone when I was used to waking up with someone, or waking up to see that text message from that person and then going to bed at night. You know, like life has a way of getting you by yourself when a lesson is to be learned. And it was a trying time because I'm a person who loves their space. I love my energy, but I was not seeing this healing phase, me being alone, as okay, this is a healing journey that I need to go on, and let me take time for myself, give myself grace, and let me welcome whatever this chapter is about. I wasn't seeing it like that. I was seeing me by myself as I'm lonely, I'm wounded. I want to now fill up that void that I now have in my life with distractions. And that only lasts for so long, because then you have to sit with yourself. Eventually, life does it. You cannot run away from yourself. What is that saying? I'm going to butcher it, but it's something about wherever you go, there you are. You will see yourself, and you will see a reflection of yourself through maybe another person that you may try to fill the void of. Yeah, you can't run from yourself. You can't. It's impossible. So stop running. And let's see. Yeah, it's really important to have a good relationship with yourself. Love yourself. Give yourself the time and energy that you deserve. Okay, so to get a little Manslow law-ish, why do I think I and so many people felt that, as far as wanting to, I guess, not, I'm what I'm thinking in my head right now is like crowd the space because that's what I'm seeing and feeling. But I think it comes down to the basic needs of being a human being. We want to feel seen. We want to be protected. We want to feel safe. And that is why, again, I'm a very, as much as an extrovert that I am, I also do enjoy my alone time and hearing my own thoughts. But at that time in my life with the breakup, I really just did not want to hear anything in my head top. I'm like, I don't hear my thoughts because I'm hearing it all the time and it ain't saying nothing to me that's making me feel good. It is what it is. Also, too, really quick, there is a feeling of rawness when it's you're past the shock of, oh, the breakup is over, whether romantic relationship or friendship or even, being laid off. That is a breakup of some sort. It just feels raw to be back into a world where it's like, oh, that thing that I used to always go to, that workplace, that friend, that lover that I always used to confide in, they are no longer there. It is a very raw feeling and it is natural. If you are listening to me or watching me and you are currently going through this, I want you to know you are not crazy and you're not weak for feeling like I need shelter. I want to hide in the company of a phone call, being around a group of people, or sometimes people, tend to go towards drugs, which I am not promoting nor condoning, but I'm just coming from a place of understanding that it is natural to feel like you want to patch up that wound that is hurting so deeply. The shift in my perspective, where I no longer saw me being by myself as loneliness, but saw it as I'm consciously choosing to be alone at this time. Honestly, it was just time. And I don't like to be cliche when I say time heals all wounds, because I don't know. And I mean, thank God I haven't experienced a lot of different kind of losses, but because I do know, like I've heard, when you lose due to death, which is final, that hurt never goes away. It just kind of flares up from time to time. But to this, what I'm talking about as far as, going through a breakup or a friendship breakup, time was able to help me see things in a better perspective. And I think also too, being around new people. Now, not being around people to say, okay, like when you're newly single and you start like going on the prowl and you start checking people out and you start thinking like, oh, can I see myself with this person? And you start just dancing and so far into the future. But being around people, learning people, and also hearing from my friends, past experiences they've gone through, and that made me feel like I wasn't alone in my journey. But yeah, being around different people for me definitely broadened my perception of life, because sometimes I am not proud of it, but I can have sometimes this mental thing where it just feels like, oh, well, I guess this is your life now, as if things are final. Nothing in life is final until you take your last breath. And then even after that, your soul is on a whole different adventure. But not to get too deep there, but we love deep. Time helped me. Time helps me. People, different environments that I was around, I was like, oh, there's life after this horrible emotional breakup. There is life. I also started to, this is a big one. I started to accept my new reality. So I know compromise does, for some or for many, have to exist in a relationship. But when you are single, you have the freedom of doing whatever the F you want to do. You don't have to compromise. So after I'd gotten through that healing phase, I was like, this is a new relationship with myself. Let me get back to enjoying myself again. What do I truly like? What do I love? What do I adore? What do I dislike? What am I repelled from? Honestly, being true to myself, because I will say, being in a relationship with, someone that I deeply cared for, I would compromise. And many times it's like, for example, if I'm going to go to the grocery store and get something to eat, and I know my partner needs something in their house, I'm thinking of them too, like, oh, let me get this for me, let me get this for them, blah, blah, blah. But now selfishly, being single, it's like, wait a second. I don't have to think about someone else right now. I can just focus on me and I'm not going to hear anything about it. Love it. I was able to accept my new reality, and I didn't have to deal with the judgment of someone else. Free of judgment. So I want to remind you, there is another, what's the word? I guess page. There's new territory for you to embark on. And once you get into this new chapter and you realize, like, okay, I've got through that. Now let me focus on me. These are some of the things that you can focus on. How do you truly love to enjoy your time? What do you really not like to do, but you were doing that thing to appease your friend or that coworker of yours or whatever the hell? I began to fall in love with heavily focusing on myself, filling up my own cup, and most importantly, enjoying again my company. Like I said, if you cannot enjoy your own company, why would you think someone else should enjoy you if you don't even enjoy you? You know what I mean? And yeah, I got my brain back. It wasn't clouded with crazy thoughts. This was also another wild one. When I was seeing people and tell you how clouded my mind was, I was starting to think like, oh, does my ex want to be with that kind of person and this kind of person? And everything was just becoming about my ex. And it's like, this is not healthy. I really wish I could just take that piece of my brain out and just get my old brain back, my old single brain back. But we here, baby. We made it. So yes, in closing, there's a few things here that I want to remind you of why it's important to enjoy yourself. Okay, here we go. I'll start with the big bullet points and then I'll go into each one in depth. The power of independence. Yeah. Emotional recharge. Boy, did I need that. Deep self-discovery. And better relationships. Let's start with power of independence. I'm looking over here for those watching me. If you see my eyes diverted over here, it's because I'm reading these notes and I don't want to mess it up. When you enjoy your own company, you stop relying on others for validation. So true. This is even, if you don't believe me, not that I'm trying to be right here, do a little experiment. Try going out with a bunch of people every day for 1 week and tell me if at the end of that week, the following week now, when you are by yourself, do you find yourself texting someone, oh, what do you think about this? Or just always asking someone for their thoughts versus just trusting your own instincts? More times than not, I have found for me, when I'm around a lot of people for long periods of time and there's a lot of good conversations going on, it's like I start leaning on like, oh, but what would they say? What would they think about this? It's like, girl, Who cares? You can make a simple decision what you want for breakfast, what your outfit looks like, if you should go to this event or not. Rely on yourself. And the sharper, let me say this, the more you honor your own voice, the sharper your intuition becomes. So if you want a sharper intuition, lean on yourself. Emotional recharge. Solitude isn't about loneliness. It's about replenishing your mental energy. Spending quiet time alone lets you process your thoughts without outside noise or social pressure. I love it. I know my head shook like left and right, but I love it. I don't know who enjoys social pressure, but when you are used to being in your own energy and your own flow, it's very empowering. I'm gonna leave it like that. Yeah, it's very empowering. Deep self-discovery. You can't truly know what you love until you explore your interests without compromise. That is to my point that I made earlier. Truly asking yourself with no shame or guilt, what do I enjoy? Do I really like going to these places? Do I really enjoy dressing like this? Or am I dressing like this because my friends say that this looks better on me? Or, anything. Asking yourself, having that better relationship with yourself. What do I really like? Do I prefer women over men? Do I prefer men over women? Am I asexual? Am I, you know what I mean? Like being honest with yourself, asking yourself, what do I truly prefer? With nobody in your ears. And lastly, better relationships. Learning to love your own company raises your standards for who you let into your life. You stop accepting low quality connections just to avoid being lonely. Let me tell you something about raising standards. You can tell, I can tell when someone loves themselves and they love their company because they're not just trying to be in conversation with someone to look cool or look desired. There's a confidence that exudes from someone when they're not obnoxiously all about themselves, but they know how to exist alone. And it feels like, I don't know how to say this. I guess it's like a compliment that it's like, oh, this person wants to be in conversation with me, because if they didn't, from what I see about them, they have no problem cutting the conversation short and going about their merry way. And what better energy to exude than one of, I love myself, I'm okay with myself, and I am the prize. I'm sure you would want to be in love with someone like that, and I'm sure you would want to have a friend like that, because it's also a reflection of you. Everything comes full circle. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you know anyone who could really do with the message of just loving themselves a bit more, loving their energy a bit more, share this episode with them. And if you would like more insight into this mind of mine, click the Substack link in my bio. Be blessed, be well, and I will see you on the next episode, my friend. Bye.